Hi, myself Mrinmoy Chakraborty, a total financial advisor. Today's topic is minimize your future regret. Famous American author cum business person Robert Kiyosaki once remarked that it is not that how much money you make, but how much money you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. On television, we usually see Animal Planet, Discovery, etc. Let us now analyze a situation on that point of view. Visualize a scene where a ferocious leopard chases a beautiful deer and the distance between them constantly decreasing. And it is assumed that at any moment the ferocious leopard can grab the little deer and eat that innocent animal. In this situation, who will you be kind to? Definitely on the deer, and prayers will come with it. Oh God, save the deer. And suppose God accepts your prayer and save the deer from that ferocious leopard. And if this situation happens continuously more than 7 days, then there is a breaking news aired on television with a headline that 4 cubs of that leopard die due to starvation. And now, who will you be kind to? Definitely on the leopard. So, the question is, when you are correct, first time on the deer or second time on the leopard? If you believe me, the right answer will not make you happy, because in either case, your answer is incorrect. The basic problem is contextual influences on our perceptions. We always rationalize, we never admit our mistake. Leopard and the deer both are nature's creation, and the laws of nature cannot be changed. We humans have left the city and entered the jungle, and here we make mistake. We wanted to get into the jungle of city rules. We analyze the jungle with our own ideology, with our own perspective. An investor may invest in equity, bond, gold, real estate, etc. But the biggest mistake he does when he tries to analyze his own investment from his own point of view. But we must accept that all asset classes have their own rhythm, have their own style. Here we need to increase our resilience, our tolerance power, our power to bend, power to accept, power to adjust, power to adapt, and power to be flexible. And in the case of the jungle, it should have been the same. We must accept that we are so lucky to have had the good fortune to visualize this unique scene of nature between deer and leopard. We used to judge every situation by our own instinct. We are emotional, we are contextual. We want the market should respond the way we want. And we also want every asset class should adhere our own point of view. This trend has been there before and will continue in the future. We usually change our decision when information comes again and again. Information changes and our justice changes. This is the biggest reason for not having long-term investment perspective. Whereas the perspective of investment should remain intact even if information changes. Let's give another example. When you go to watch a movie at the movie theater and during interval we find an offer at the food corner. Rupees 100 offered for one single burger and rupees 200 for double burger. So which burger you want to buy? Definitely the first one, single burger, which is lesser cost than the double burger. But see, when another option comes, then thing changes. Another triple burger is offered for rupees 300. Then maximum people are opted second option of double burger. Experiment proved that 60% people are choosing double burger instead of single burger. Here it is proved that investors do not want good return, but they want the return better than others. First, single burger is lesser cost than the double burger, but the double burgers is lesser cost than the triple burger, and the quantity is better than the single burger. As a result of rationalization from both sides, double burger sold more. So it is established that we always make comparison with others. Investor doesn't even know what is actual need, so he keeps changing his preferences because the information keeps changing and the context keeps changing. When we, the advisors, start any investment or any financial planning, we do that based on the beginning of that time current information, based on the beginning of that time current market views. But we also know market is constant. Market changes, information changes, and we know government changes, weather changes, and likewise the mentality of an investor changes. Just because we all are contextual. Despite knowing all this information, we still want to know what will happen tomorrow. And if we want to know what will happen tomorrow, then we need to know all the government policies. We need to know all the information related to this. We need to know all the perspective relating to this. Investor should not be contextual. We have witnessed March 2020 down market when investor withdrawing money and unwilling to invest further just because of the COVID-19 issue, but they are substantially investing now. What is the reason behind this? Because the perception of COVID-19 has changed, and the reason behind this is the same. We all are contextual, but it is proved that market doesn't have any direct connection with economy. Yes, there is a correlation between, but that is a long-term correlation, not any short-term correlation. To understand this, one has to analyze an American tradition. There is a beautiful tradition in USA. In the month of January, President of the state addressed the general public and analyzed current situation. And this presidential speech is called State of the Union. In such a speech on 27th January 2000, President Bill Clinton addressed, "We are fortunate to be alive at this moment in the history. Never before has our nation enjoyed at once so much prosperity and social progress with so little internal crisis or so few external threats. Never before have we had such a blessed opportunity and therefore such a profound obligation to build the more perfect union of our founder's dream. We begin the new century with 20 million new jobs, the fastest economic growth in more than 30 years, the lowest unemployment rates in 30 years, the lowest poverty rates in 20 years, the lowest African American and Hispanic unemployment rates on record, the first back-to-back budget surpluses in 42 years, and next month America will achieve the longest period of economic growth in the entire history." What a positive, enlightful, energetic and insightful speech Mr. President has delivered. It is obvious that after listening Mr. President, investors have been motivated and wanted to invest further. Now listen to what Mr. President Barack Obama addressed in his State of the Union speech exactly 10 years later on 27th of January 2010. Mr. President addressed, "1 year ago, I took office amid two wars, an economy rocked by a severe recession, a financial system on the verge of collapse, and a government deeply in debt. Experts from across the political spectrum warned that if we didn't act, we might face a second depression. So we act immediately and aggressively. And 1 year later, the worst of the storm has passed, but the devastation remains. 1 in 10 Americans still cannot find work. Many businesses have shuttered. Home values have declined. Small towns and rural communities have been hit especially hard. And for those who had already faced poverty, life has become that much harder. So, how depressing state of the union speech. And it is obviously certain that investors were afraid to invest further. Now, let's check how the US index Dow Jones react just for the next 3 years just after the presidential speech. See, its reaction is very much opposite. It is certain that there is no one with more authority. It is certain that there is no one with more credibility than Mr. President. But look at the market. It doesn't bother. However, in America, market plays a very important role. And the direction of the economy is determined by the market. And that is why market is called the barometer of US economy. And reality is that market is random. Market doesn't listen to the President Bill Clinton. Market doesn't listen to the President Barack Obama. It doesn't understand economy also. Market only understands probability. So it is proved that an investor doesn't want a scheme that generates 20% return, but he wants a scheme that generates highest return in the market. But if you want to create wealth, then you need to have long-term investment vision. Then the question is why we cannot maintain our long-term investment perspective? Because money is not finance, money is absolutely emotion. Money will give me happiness only when my return on investment is higher than others. When my return on investment is lower than others, then the money will not give me happiness. Suppose a friend meets you at a party and he tells you that his portfolio investment has given him 20% year-on-year return. Then immediately you question him where he has invested his money. You are not ready to ask if he has done any homework or not. You are not ready to ask if he has done any research or not. You are not ready to ask if he has faced any loss or not. Without questioning those, you just feel regret and visualize your grief that why you yourself didn't make any investment there. Here it is proved that my emotion depends on their behavior, and I will start losing my own innate value of who I am. We all have beautiful qualities, but we always choose when to use them and when not to. And if the quality is not consistent with everyone every time, then we cannot call it a quality. Here, one should be master of this art. What happening to other, I do not bother. We need to make ourselves emotionally independent. This means that we are comparing our own goal, our own perspective, our own toil, our own hard work with others. And this laziness is the biggest cause of our crisis. We do not have long-term investment vision. We cannot keep maintaining long-term investment perspective. We are passionate about money. Everyone is addicted to appreciation, and all these addictions are because we are emotionally depleted. This sentiment was there before and it is there today and will be continued in the future also. And in this area, you need a professional investment advisor who can guide you, who can assist you to achieve your goal, and who will cut your biasness and give you the right direction, and who will prepare you for the future without forecasting the indicator. So that's all I have today. Now, if you want to evaluate your own need with the method to achieve that, then you are feel free to contact me anytime at the following details. If you like my speech, then please subscribe my channel and share it to the other people so that they can be benefited. Thank you.